Harry Enfield,
Hi, Edmonds! No!
Paul Merton, Ben Elton, David Baddiel and Stephen Fry.
Excellent native Cockney wit.
6 in-depth profiles of the very best and brightest of British comedy.
I'm afraid I was very drunk.
Comedy from Merton to Enfield, weekends at the new time of 10:30 on Bravo.
Quarter, an absolute shambles! Complete and utter amateurish! Give me that bloody pen! Steve! Alan! Talk to each other! Nothing! Get out there and turn this round! Now!
Coming up in Fash's diary, there's fireworks in the dressing room.
Oh, yeah, if you're not having, you can walk through there.
Sam speaks out.
I don't think Jamie is really as good as you've made him out to be. I think calling him the governor boosts his ego every time you say it.
And Fash strikes again.
Oh, God.
Welcome to Fash's diary, the inside story of the Gaffers week, both on and off the pitch. Fash FC began the new year as they finished 2003, demolishing Oak Park 6-1. But with a crucial league game coming up, it's all to play for. Can they continue their winning streak? Can they still win the league? This is Fash's diary. In a bid to get rid of executive stress caused by managing Fash FC, the gaffer and mates take some friends out for the day.
This is Big D. This is my apprentice and one of the famous stars of Fash FC, Baturi, or commonly known BT to his friends. Trouble is he doesn't have any friends.
Naturally, with a quartet of sportsmen to entertain, Mace has chosen a game that demands the physical power of a footballer, the grace and skill of a dancer, and the mental ability of a grandmaster. 10-pin bowling.
Hi, may I have size 10.5, please?
I must beat Mace today. Mace beat me at the golf. I put my hands up. He did well. But I think generally I'm better as an all-rounder.
Wonderful. Thank you, Baturi. Let's see if we can open those laces a bit more for me.
Yeah, the lucky one. Mace chose the golf. Mace has chosen the bowling. Next time, it's my choice.
Just get me a ball. Let me just warm up my wrists.
Despite his careful preparation, the gaffer seems to have a problem handling his equipment.
Good. I'll do my fingers in there. Is it? Should we get a big... No. Now, let me see how you put your fingers. But this is not big enough. This is not... I can't get my fingers in, Baturi. Just get another one. I can't get my fingers in. Oh, that's better, Baturi.
With Fash's fingers finally fitting, let's bowl!
You look a bit shaky, son.
Very shaky, Governor.
So there goes Mace.
Not enough.
It's a close match, but disaster strikes. Cracking shot, gaffer. Let's see that again.
Oh, God. Sorry. Sorry. Why did he give me a baby-sized ball? My thumb nearly ripped off there. The man's in pain. I'm in pain. You see what happened to me?
I'm saving you, Gaff.
He lost my thumb.
I was saving you. I didn't want you to be more injured.
Cheers, Bitty. Oh. Thank you, my brother. What's happened is I've injured my thumb. It's now swollen. As you can see, inspect it yourself. Honestly, which one do you think is swollen? You can see it.
That one is certainly bigger.
It's this one. It's not that one, it's this one.
Bravely battling beyond the pain barrier, Fash bowls on.
No, I'm not playing anymore. I've sustained a very, very serious injury. Well, it could be life-threatening. Mace is having a laugh, but this is my thumb, thank you very much. Now, I don't want to lose the use of my thumb on my right hand. I'll show my doctor, Vittori, and we'll have a conference. And if he thinks it's bad, we'll have to obviously postpone the game.
Whilst the others play on, Fash consults the adjudicator for some impartial advice.
Any pain?
Yeah, it's a bit sore. Oh, yeah, there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would advise against it. I would advise against it.
Speaks for itself.
So we're gonna have to call it null and void. I'm afraid.
Thank you very much. I didn't want that to happen. Thank you. Look.
Oh, the difference is terrible.
The gaffer got a name for himself for being a strong, aggressive man on the pitch. And he ducks out for a draw with a little pain in his thumbnail.
To quote the adjudicator, it is a draw.
There's no way that could be a draw.
So, despite Mace having 138 points to Fash's 77, the game is officially a draw.
It's been a great day, but I will be picking the next tournament. Whatever it is, will be my choice.
Fash's favourite, haircuts. This is the definitive listing of the winners and losers in the Battle of the Bad Barnets. New in at 10, it's Ricky Dillon's Dreads. That's meant to be dreadlocks, Ricky, not dreadful. This week's highest climber at number 9 is the linesman from the Oak Park game. The last time we saw that much mullet was in the Fishmongers. A re-entry is Tony Charles's bleach blonde effort that we really hope is last of the Mohicans. Sitting at number 7 is the beardy afro combo of Linton FC's manager. His team may have lost, but his greying mane is a winner with us. A new entry at number 6 is Jamie Spaniel. Not his bald bonce, but that nicely shaved eyebrow. Up 3 spots to number 5 is Aaron Sandu. How can someone spend this long cosseting his crazy guapa with it ending up looking like this? At number 4 is that man Ricky Dillon again. This time sporting a fringe that's more Dulux dog than a dynamite defender. Down to 3 is the Larry Locks of Little House's goalie, with hair that is less styled and more just out of bed. Last week's number 1 is this week's number 2. The one and only king of horrendous haircuts, Ricky Dillon. This fringe really bowled us over, and this week's top spot is Jamie Hinchliffe's double A side of David Seaman's ponytail and Rod Stewart circa 1978. Do you think I'm sexy, Jamie?
Hello, my name's Tony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ego has landed as the Fash Files open their dossier. Tony Charles.
He'll shoot from the hip.
I have a tendency to say exactly what's on my mind.
Fabian does come across as antisocial.
I guess I should think before I speak.
Tom might not be coming because he's got herpes.
Sometimes it doesn't always go to plan.
Here's Tony Charles.
I would say that Tony resembles
I'll compare myself to Sick Note Darren Anderson. We both had the same injuries with our groins.
Tony winged his way into the team at the start of the season, but fell out with the gaffer and out of the team. But he's still smiling.
The last 3 or 4 months on Fash FC have just been fantastic.
he wanted to play football on television. He wanted to play football with better footballers.
Sunday, Wednesday, that's business.
But also at the same time, he wanted a bit of entertainment as well.
I'm here for the social. I'm here to party. I do consider myself a practical joker.
I've never signed autographs because my handwriting looks like a 4-year-old done it. Have I ever pulled a bird convincing her I was leaf and blue? I'd be lying if I said no.
When he's not busy partying, Tony has an important role at Fash FC. And I don't mean keeping Jason company on the bench.
I feel privileged that John Fashanu, ex-England international, has asked me to coach his team.
Can I have you all find a space in the centre circle?
Tony is a very good trainer.
I've got to take it as a compliment. It is an honour.
I gave him a little bit more yardstick, a little bit more slack, and he hung himself.
We just beaten the league champions convincingly, and then our next game was a cup game, and the gaffer changed the team quite dramatically. I took it upon myself to speak up.
I'll speak for everyone when we say we want to go into the New Year break, still in the cup. So how come you've changed the team?
You're speaking for everyone, are you?
I'm speaking for myself.
When did you elect yourself to speak
myself.
for everyone? You speak for yourself.
How come you're changing the team so dramatically after annihilating, not beating, annihilating the league champions?
When I spoke out, I think the gaffer was a bit shocked.
Well, that's the last person I expected to hear that from.
He thought he was a bit out of character.
I confronted Tony and said to Tony, I hear what you're saying.
Gaffer, you're not answering my question. That's not good enough for me.
He had the balls of a mountain goat that particular evening.
But in hindsight, he's the gaffer. I've got to go along with what he says, full stop.
And it's that conciliatory attitude that brought Tony back into one of Fash's special places.
Can I bring you back into the cabinet?
When the gaffer asked me if he can bring me back into his cabinet, he was talking about a member of his staff.
We call it the cabinet. We're separate from the players, and we're separate from the supporters.
And I guess he's looking at me to be like player coach, which I'm more than happy to do.
Does he want to swim the wrong way down the tide? Swim with us, Tony. Don't swim the wrong way, because you will drown.
A gaffer that wilted under the whale of Tony's wicked words as he stirred up trouble at the Halloween party.
Fabian's turned up with his lady and just sat in a corner all night, which is a little bit antisocial, one might think. I don't know why he thinks that way. Who knows, maybe it's because it's Colombian.
I said what I said about Fabian at the Halloween party because I say what I see.
Why didn't you say that to my face instead of saying in the camera? Why didn't you come and say, Fabian, what's wrong with you? Why don't you argue with the guy? Did you know what's happening with my girlfriend? Did you know?
No.
You didn't. So you didn't give a. So you just went behind my back.
I wouldn't say I didn't give. I wouldn't even address the situation.
It wasn't a case of me talking behind his back because I said it on national TV.
But the spat with Fabian was nothing compared to the bust-ups with ex-player Tom Rovery.
The person I would nominate would be Tom. I feel that on the pitch he's weak. I feel off the pitch he's weak.
If it wasn't for me, no one would have even known who Tom was. I gave him a chance.
Tom doesn't come out in the team socials all the time. Paintball, he didn't turn up because the paintballs are going to hurt him. Hypnosis, he didn't want the hypnotist to mess with his brain. And then at the end of the show, we saw him cry. Don't think cut out for men's football.
If I wouldn't have said my controversial things about Tom, people would have said, who? Which they still generally do now anyway.
But Tom was just as acidic when describing Tony's football skills.
Well, I'm not being funny, he's played 3 or 4 games at left wing and he's been
I'm not going to kid myself, I'm not the greatest player in the world. I'll play a few games, I'll miss a few games. It's the way it goes. A lot of people applied for this, only a few got in. I got in, and I'm proud. I feel proud to be in Fash FC.
Coming up in part 2, has Aaron bitten off more than he can chew, and Jason faces up to the facts.
My brain's gone that way, my mouth's gone that way.
Are you guilty of staying in a dead-end job? Are you bored, unchallenged, overworked, or underpaid? Do you recognise your own potential? With determination, you could break free and enjoy a rewarding career in computing. CompuTeach helps thousands of people to learn skills that will give them the chance of real success. More money, better prospects, better quality of life. You don't need experience. You'll learn mostly at home in your own time for IT qualifications that employers really want. We'll even help you find the right job. So if you want more from life, call CompuTeach now on 0800 657 657 for a free information pack. That's 0800 657 657.
The Dymo Label Writer prints perfect labels faster and easier than ever before. For envelopes, packages, name badges, diskettes, CDs, anything you need to label. Dymo Label Writer connects directly to your PC or Mac, create your own labels from templates supplied, or design yourself. Select, click, print. It's easy. No fuss, no waste, and no messy ink cartridges. Just perfect self-adhesive labels every time. Contact your office supplier or visit dymo.co.uk now.
Got the 14-inch wrench, John. Pipe cutter.
If you're a tradesman, you need Screwfix Direct.
Shoulder.
There's a huge range of screws, fixings and tools, and if it's in the catalogue, it's in stock for fast delivery.
Blowtorch.
In fact, from abrasives to ventilation, we've probably got everything you need, even the kitchen sink. For your free catalogue, call 0800 68 78 88.
Removing stubborn makeup can be irritating, a real pain. Abracadabra, new Garnier Clean and Soft. Our first rose wipes with cleansing micro oils. A clean sweep and makeup vanishes. Now you see it, now you don't, leaving magically clean, totally soft skin. New Garnier Clean and Soft wipes. Magic. Garnier.
How much did you save again with this Direct Line car insurance?
20%.
That's quite a lot.
Call Direct Line today and see how much you could save too.
So you've got a bit more spare cash than you had before then?
Loaded.
We'll stop here and you can buy me lunch.
Absolutely.
Switch now and you could save yourself up to 20%.
Well, look after the pennies.
Call now on 0845 246 2727.
I think. Therefore, I think about buying things.
If I don't need to be here, why can't I be there? It's perfectly logical. With Marbles Loans, you can borrow between £1,000 and £25,000.
If man is to evolve, surely he needs to invest in better gadgets.
Just call 0845 900 2000 or go to marblesloans.com. If life's a journey, shouldn't I enjoy the drive? A Marbles loan has a typical APR of just 7.4%. You'll get a swift decision and the money paid directly into your account within days. If good things come to those who wait, brilliant things come to those who call 0845 900 2000 or visit marblesloans.com. Now.
With only the biggest names from the circuit, some comics are getting a little desperate to be part of John Thompson's Stands Up for Comedy.
Bring out the clown.
Weekends at 10, only on Bravo.
He's gone down close and you take the opposition. Don't like that one bit.
Welcome back to Fash's Diary, the show that takes you inside the wonderful world of Fash. Coming up.
Get out and let Stuart come in first.
And honey, I shrunk the gaffer.
Run, voice lady.
But first, back to the football. Fash FC's first league match of the season is against bottom of the table, Hendon Town. A win here will set the team up for a challenge on the championship. But with Fabian, Jamie and Pat rested, it's a very different midfield.
Sean Bellett then, left-hand side, knocks it in, and it's flicked on by Amity. Jamie Hinchliffe is in here, very wide angle, surely can't score from there. Oh, it's gone in! Jamie Hinchliffe has scored from the most impossible of angles. Here's Tony Charles now to surge forward, evades one challenge. This is a good run by Charles, needs a good delivery. There it is from Diamond, the header. And he knows he's wasted a great chance. It's a foot race here between Stuart Collins, who comes out and may well be hurt there. And there goes our half-time whistle then here. Not the most convincing of 45-minute performances from Fash FC. Maybe there'll be some changes from the gaffer.
Even though we've got a lot of the play, they're going to nick it. They're going to nick it. Through fault, default, whatever, they're going to nick it. They're going to get a goal, it's going to come, then they're going to come at us. Like the 7th Cavalry. They're going to come all over us.
The teams kick off unchanged, but with only a 1-goal lead, Fash soon uses all of his subs to try and get the win.
Can't imagine Jason Phillips is too happy about coming off here.
Oh!
Could be dangerous. Oh, Stilchmark Ferrara goes down in the box.
and that's a big tackle in from Warren War.
He's given a penalty!
How can you come across and win a tackle and take the ball out? The man doesn't even go down.
I told you.
And you get given a penalty. 8 minutes to go, and John Fash and his boys are being made to pay for complacency in this league game. Hinchcliffe looks up, goes for goal. In it comes, Diamond's there near post, deflects it just wide. Well, still a chance for Fash to win it.
What was that?
Not if they play like that. There goes the full-time whistle then at Claremont Road. Disappointment for all involved with Fash FC. The final score, Fash 1, Hendon Town 1.
If Fash FC lacked passion during the match, they certainly made up for it in the changing room.
We were playing a bottom of the league team today. I made 3 changes. Only 3. Well, now we know they're the best players. Why should I give anybody else a chance?
Obviously, put my hand up. Didn't play too well, but when you're out every week, you don't get match fit like the rest of these boys or your favourites do. And it goes the same people.
It's not always the same.
It is.
I said to
You come
go
off.
in there.
Yeah.
I said to you, go in there, do me a job what the governor does. Yeah.
Right. I went in there, did that second half. You pulled me off. Yeah. You pulled the boys off. You swapped it around. It was from 1-0 up to 1-0. So not to blame. If anyone's to blame, you're to blame.
Yeah, it's a door here. If you're not happy, you can walk through there.
Listen,
if we're happy, we decide we do it.
If you're out of the team, yeah, like you 3 were, yeah, and you come into the team, you got to want to keep your place. So you got to perform. You can't make excuses when the match goes bad.
Who are you talking to?
Talking to everyone here.
Who's making excuses?
One thing we've always got is we've got fight. We've got balls, always. Today was the first time we didn't have any balls.
This week we asked who the Fash fans felt should reign as their man of the match and what their reward should be.
Jamie should be the man of the match, as lately he's been scoring some great goals.
I think Aaron should be man of the match because she's got a bit of bite.
I think Sam Diamond should be man of the match because he gives 100%. Man of the match should be me because I'm so good looking.
I think Warren should be man of the match. I think if Warren wasn't so strong at the back, you could have problems.
I think Brenton should be man of the match because he's got plenty of ability.
Stuart Collins, he's made some good blocks, some good saves.
Jamie Spaniel should be the man of the match because he's my sort of player. I think he gets stuck in.
Warren should be man of the match because he's solid at the back and I think he's better than Sol Campbell. Man of the match should be Sam Diamond because he's a great player and he scores loads of goals.
So what should their special treat be?
Maybe a treat with his girlfriend if he has a girlfriend, go out on a date together somewhere a bit sort of, nice.
Should get another date with a page-3 girl. Very nice.
I really like a nice night out in a nightclub, probably, had him.
I think he deserves a new car for it.
A holiday for him and some of his friends.
I think he should get his captaincy back.
I think he should go out with my missus. that'd be more of a donkey of the match. I don't know.
I don't think anyone should be man of the match because they all played rubbish and I heard Fash say that was the worst they've ever played.
More fascinating thoughts from Fash fans in next week's show.
One voice, ladies.
A disappointing draw for the boys in orange. Heads are down as they face the Fash. It's new boys Mike, Mark and Carl's first time before the gaffer and they think they're first in the queue.
Welcome to Fash FC.
Thank you.
How many games you played for Fash FC so far?
A big fat none.
Good. Get out and let Stuart come in first. How many minutes did you play out there?
Probably half an hour.
Good. Get yourself out there, back there with the new lads, and let the older lads come in first. You've got players who've been here 7 months and you're the first here.
One of the players said to me that in the squad numbers I'm like last, so I'm just guessing that it might flip round in my favour.
Well, you guessed wrong. Get out and let the other lads come in first.
Jason is probably pining for the green grass of home after embarrassing himself on the pitch and in the changing room.
You want to talk first or do you want us to talk?
No, thanks.
How do you think you did today, Jason?
Not particularly well.
Okay.
I think I let myself down and I let the squad down.
We were playing as individuals. The harmony which was there in the middle of the park the week before was not there.
In hindsight, do you think what you said in the changing room after the match, you still believe in what you said?
It goes the same people.
It's not always the same.
It is. You pulled me off. Yeah, you pulled the boys off, you swapped it around, it was from 1-0 up to 1-0. So we're not to blame. If anyone's to blame, you're to blame.
Because my brain's gone that way, my mouth's gone that way. And really,
we did notice that.
Really,
I actually thought the lads would respond, but what actually had the effect, a ripple effect, of disorientating the whole team. Because the whole team said, oh, the governor's not playing. Patrick's not playing. Fabian, where's Fabian? We can't play. No, it was... You can't say, I want to play today because Fabian's playing because I know he'll put some lovely left balls into me. It's disrespectful to the rest of the players.
Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Constructive.
Thank you.
Superstar striker Sam had a frustrating match and he's happy to let the gaffer know the reason.
Can I give you my theory on why
Yeah.
I had a confidence issue where a couple of others did?
Yeah.
When we go out there with a team which isn't the regular team, and when there are people in there with questionable ability, then we're gonna walk out there with doubt. I went out there thinking, well, I'm not going to get any service today.
But don't you think that's a sad indictment on Tony, Jason and Aaron?
I'm of the philosophy that you play your best 11 week in, week out, and it's about results rather than about keeping everyone happy. Today we've changed it around and we've paid the penalty. We can't win the league now.
But
I don't know, I'm just, I'm annoyed because I want to win and I want to win the league and I don't want to lose the momentum that we've been building up.
we can't just make 3 changes against the bottom team, then there's a problem.
I didn't feel comfortable with the midfield behind me.
Everybody thinks the governor should always be in there because what he does.
I think that Jamie was getting a little bit stale. He was getting a little bit arrogant, a little bit overconfident. He was now starting to remember the last game. He was now starting to showboat.
I don't think Jamie is really as good as you've made him out to be honest. I think calling him the governor boosts his ego every time you say it. He's not so perfect. I'm not even sure he's the best midfielder we've got. Jamal is someone who maybe has a bit more determination and a bit more potential and could go on to be a better player than Jamie. It's fine, let's forget about today.
I think the best thing is to get home, have a cup of tea and forget about today.
Tony had a miserable match and he thinks he knows why.
All down to confidence, you know. My confidence is low. There was a lot of pressure on me. I knew for a fact that I've got to play well. When I used to play, when I was a bit younger, Matt Letizia was someone they used to compare me to because I'll do exactly what he does. Might not do anything for 8-9 minutes, and suddenly I'll get that little bit of enthusiasm and I'll do something.
That's a hell of a comparison.
That is a hell of a comparison, but you just...
I'm actually stunned at the moment.
If I was fit, then those runs that you did like, I can do that all day long. I'd say, I don't think there's a fullback in the league that can compete with me.
Obviously it was a very poor game today, so I think everybody knows it was a poor game and no one can get away from that fact. I think we've all got to put our feet back on the ground, go back to the drawing board and come back out again next week. This is the time to make changes when you're playing teams who are at the bottom of the league. This team, they should have really, I must admit, they must have gone home feeling upset that they didn't win the game, because really they should have won.
So a disappointing draw in the first league match of the new year. Can Fash FC pick up the pieces next week in their big celebrity match? Tune in to Fashion News Football Challenge next Friday at 10 PM to find out. Plus the new squad members are treated to the high life.
Absolutely buzzing.
And we find out who's got the bling bling in our search for a ghetto superstar.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
And don't forget to tune in next week for a Fash Diary Celeb Match special with behind the scenes footage of the big game and the exclusive after party. You wouldn't want to miss it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 5-4.
What a goal! The defender stood no chance as Jones cried highest.
AOL make it easy to get started on the internet with our 1-month completely free trial. 1 month to explore all that AOL has to offer. We've never been safer or faster. So sit back, relax and enjoy our exciting features, including enhanced security, parental controls and even greater reliability. For your completely free trial, call now. Why pay when you can try AOL for free?
Looking for low-cost quality car insurance?
Shh, they're watching telly.
Call Budget Free. They saved us £85 and I didn't need to fill in any forms. Hang on.
I'm sorry, he's been like this since we moved our car insurance to Budget.
Here's the number. Shh. And because they've got a quality policy promise, we didn't have to scrimp on cover.
Smart people.
Budget!
Car insurance. To see if you can save without compromising on cover, call Budget Free.